Hey guys, today I got an interesting topic, something that we talked about before on here about the quiet quitting and how 60% of the people in the Philippines have already quiet quit their job. And for you guys that don't know what quiet quitting is when you're at your job and you just do the bare minimum because you figure that the pay is just not worth it. When you're getting $7 to $10 a day to work, let's face it, you're not in the mood to work much for $7 to $10 a day. I mean, hell, in the United States, they're paying $15 an hour at some McDonald's and more for you to work at McDonald's and flip burgers, and to get people's orders wrong. Well, guess what? In the Philippines, they're not tolerating it anymore. And here's what's happening. I went to Alabang a while ago, and I walked into a McDonald's that was fairly new. And what happened was I noticed that they had all the things that you walk up to when you do your own order and with the touch screen and stuff like that. And I noticed that the people out there, they were very, very fast with it. The people that were walking in there, and they just did it really, really quick. And I was like, wow, this is pretty good. This is way faster than having somebody at the register ring you up who just doesn't care about your order, doesn't care about how quickly they do the order. And then they keep trying to upsell you stuff. And then when they try to upsell you stuff, they screw up the order because they forgot what you had just told them. Well, here's the thing. Here in Tracy Martirez, at the McDonald's that they used to screw up my order almost like every single time that I went in there. It probably went out about 30 times. Almost every single time they messed up my order, with the exception of maybe one or two times there towards the end. And I noticed it was always the same people that were screwing up my order. Whether intentionally or quiet quitting or whatever you want to call it, it was being done all the time. Well, guess what? They took out all the people that take your orders up at the front now, and they got rid of them all. Because they used to have people there, there'd be 2 or 3 people deep behind the register. They were training people all the time. And each time you came in, even if it was a month later, the same girl that they were training was still behind the counter getting trained sometimes. And I noticed that. I'm like, why are you training this girl? Over a month now, you haven't let her touch the register or to learn anything or try to teach her anything. They don't really have like a training thing for a lot of the McDonald's here in the Philippines. That's part of the problem. I don't think they train the managers correctly either, because every single McDonald's I go in here, it seems like they're just kind of, well, I'll just say messed up. I mean, with the exception of the one in Alabang and a few others, Tracy Martirez has been really messed up. And some of the other ones I've walked into too, they always get your order wrong, or you go to the drive-thru, they get your order wrong. It just doesn't work well here. And whether it's quiet quitting or people that are just untrained or what have you, who knows? But anyway, when I walked into Tracy Martirez the other day, and they had the thing in there, and they had a line. And I figured, okay, I'll get in line. I just wanted to order some stuff to go, and I'll get it to go, and then I'll leave. Here I am. I'm in the line, and I notice a couple of the kids up front were former employees there. They're trying to figure out, guess what? How to type in your food and how to order stuff on there. And they're standing there, and they're looking at the thing, trying to figure it out. And I'm like, how long is this going to take? It only takes a minute to order on there. It's really, really quick. It's like bing, 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 and then you just, press the thing, and it goes up, and they have it for you at the counter, usually really quick, especially over in Alabang. The Alabang McDonald's is very, very good. And there's a couple of other McDonald's that are very good that have those things where you do your own order. Well, anyway, guess what? One of the kids that worked there before was up there at the thing, and she's trying to figure it out. And she's up there, and she's standing there for 5 minutes, and it seems like 7 to 10 minutes goes by. Seemed like forever, and she's trying to figure it out. And I'm like, man, this is the girl that used to work here, and she can't figure out this machine. And there's a whole bunch of other teenagers holding up everything there. Now, the adults can go up there and figure it out. And it says a lot. And I'm not saying the kids here are stupid, but I'm saying McDonald's there's a lot of smart kids in the Philippines, because I've met a lot of them. But McDonald's seems to hire kids that aren't as bright as others. And I know they're going to college and stuff like that, but it seems like they don't screen them well or something. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe there should be a test for math and how quick you are on doing things. And if you don't work out within like 2 weeks, they should just let you go. They should fire you, because that's the way it should be. If you can't figure out your job in 2 weeks at McDonald's, you got problems. Let's face it. And when I see these people, these young teenagers up at the thing, and there's some kids that are going through fast, but most of them are taking like 5 or 10 minutes trying to figure out this machine. They've never seen one before. I remember the first time I walked up to one, it was relatively easy and fast. I figured it out. Why can't they figure it out? But it just says something loud and clear that if a person can't figure out, how to do an order on one of those things, it's scary. It's scary the way the world is going today. And I'm sure it's like that back in Massachusetts and in the United States too, because education is falling apart back in the States. But I'm saying over here, some of these, one of the kids was, like I said, had worked at McDonald's before. You would think that this person would know how to figure that out faster than the other kids. And I noticed that the other kids, and I know it takes a little bit to get used to things like this, to new things, just like when we had cell phones come out and things. It took a while for people to do that. Look at VCRs. Remember VCRs and CD players? It took, those things used to take me months to try to learn. I mean, cell phones, smartphones, and stuff like that. I know most of the older people have a hard time with that. But these are the kids that are supposed to be the kids that know everything. They know how to use their cell phones, but they don't know how to type in food to order food at McDonald's. I mean, I can do it on my phone and have it delivered here, and I can usually order it in under a minute on my phone through Grab. I can order my McDonald's food, have it delivered here. It'll be here within 20 to 30 minutes usually. And I can order it in under a minute, I'll bet you. And here these kids are 5 to 7 minutes on something that's almost the same as the way your phone is set up. I find that amazing sometimes. And when you go into some of these places, and Philippines is known for, I won't say great service, I'll say too much service sometimes. When you go into SM, you get surrounded by 7 to 10 people sometimes if you're looking for a pair of sneakers. It's almost kind of like, do I want to shop here with all these people watching me and trying my shoes on? It feels like I'm in the middle of a football stadium and I'm trying on my shoes in the middle of the football stadium and it's a packed house. That's the way they make you feel sometimes. It's kind of, I don't know, intrusive and embarrassing sometimes for some people. And I think the Philippines needs to learn you should only put one person on a customer. The other day I was walking around Ace Hardware. And this girl was following me everywhere. I just wanted to be left alone and do some shopping. I just want to kind of walk around and see what they have, so I have it in my mind. So if I need something for the house, I know where it is. I know what to get. Well, this girl just kept following me around. It makes you feel like you're a thief or something, when you're walking around inside a store and somebody's following you around. And they have like 20 people there, and they probably have 10 customers in the store. And I think it's a bit much sometimes with the amount of employees, because the profit margin goes way down. They could actually bring their prices down a lot more if they got rid of half those people. And I know that they're employing people. Hey, that's great. You want to give people higher wages? Guess what? Get rid of half those people, double their wages, and those people won't want to quiet quit. They'll want to keep that job. And that's my advice to the companies around here that are hiring. You know what? Get rid of half your people. Tell them you'll double their wages if they work harder. And you know what? Your service, people will look at your service like, man, they treated me really good there. They treated me phenomenal. They took care of me. They serviced me. They wrote everything down for me. They helped me the whole time. They carried all my stuff up to the register. They helped me at the register, and they helped me carry it out to my car. I mean, what more could you ask for? Even with half the crew there, guess what? You have more than enough people there, and you still have an overage of people in half these stores. Every time I go into these stores, Ace Hardware, True Value, whatever one you're going into, there's always way too many people working there. I understand you have to stock the shelves and stuff, but the shelves there are pretty well stocked. And I don't know if they stock them at night or stock them during the day. It seems like they stock them at night because you never see them stocking them during the day. But I'll tell you this, that if they did that, you could bring wages up. And I understand the idea of hiring more people so you help more people. I get that. But if it's not really helping those people, I would rather see people come up through the ranks, get more pay, double their pay, bring up those wages, give them more pay, they'll do more work in most cases. And if they don't, you tell them, guess what? We're going to put you on probation for a month. We're going to train you. We're going to teach you, and teach them and really train them what to do. And then you got something going there. And the same with McDonald's. In McDonald's, they have way too many people working there. It seems like there's a lot of people standing around behind the counter, a lot of people doing nothing. They could do a lot more there, and they could bring those wages up. If you got rid of 25% of the people in McDonald's, I believe you could do a lot better. You know, if you train the people on the registers and actually had them doing it, even though it's a little bit slow in the beginning, you know, I get that. You know, you could put trainee at the beginning of the register, open up another register instead of having one register open. Because a lot of times I go into McDonald's, guess what? There's only one register open. One register. Sometimes two if you're lucky. We'll put a trainee on one and teach them. And some of the people are willing to wait, and they're willing to wait for that trainee to learn. I'm willing to. I'm retired. I got all the time in the world, but I'm not going to wait forever for somebody that's inept and doesn't know how to do their job and doesn't care about their job because they've already quiet quit the job from the day that they started working. That's the problem. You give them 25% more pay, there's an incentive now. Now they want to work. They want to make more pay. You know, some of these people making $7 to $10 an hour. How would you like to get $12.50, $13 an hour when there's other people that are making way less than that? That's not a bad pay for over here for the day. Now back home, obviously in the United States, it's a whole different ball game. I can't see paying $15 to $22 for people to get your order wrong at some of these fast food restaurants back home. I can't see it. You know, I can't even see these people getting $10 an hour in some cases. And in your burgers that you guys are paying for, man, it's up around in some places $10 or more, I guess, in some states for these value meals. That's not a value; it's a ripoff. You know, it's a ripoff for those type of things. Anyway, guys, I want to talk about that today. I thought it'd be an interesting subject, and you can add your comments on it too. You know, about experiences that you had. Maybe you got some ideas you'd like to throw out there. Maybe we'll get some managers from some of these fast food restaurants watching. You know, when I go, one of the things I'll say is this. When I go into Pizza Hut, I usually always get good service there. I always get good service there. If I go into some of the pizza places around here, Greenwich, it's kind of middle of the road, but it's okay. They do well there. I used to have a lady there that was kind of really slow on the rebound for taking your orders and messing up your order a little bit, you know, or taking her sweet time. Now, they've gotten a lot better. I see KFC. They're kind of, I would say, they're a little bit slower than back home, but they're okay. It's speedy enough for me that I'm happy. You know, it's within the range of okay. I'm okay with this. But sometimes I've gone in there and it's really slow. They mess up your order or they're out of stock. That's a whole subject by itself there. Anyway, guys, God bless. Take care.